Draymond Green suspended 5 games for involvement in fight with the Timberwolves. I will note that Klay Thompson, McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert each fined $25,000 for their roles in the incident. Draymond Green, though, 5 games TAS for the chokehold / head hold / head / I don't know whatever it is. What do you think?
I think this is great news, actually. I like how the NBA is being harsh about this. They want to send out some memos about a few things. We have an in-season tournament because we're trying to sell our games. We're trying to make some money. Hey, also, you can't have stars sit out games. We also have a memo about that. Also, you can't choke guys because Draymond Green has gotten away with a lot of things over his career. And I have been a sucker, and I have given him a lot of leash talking about him stomping on Sabonis, etc. But I think they're trying to say, as even Rudy Gobert did. Like, listen, Klay Thompson had Rudy Gobert on him, but he wasn't even mad about it. He didn't even look at Rudy Gobert for a friggin' second because Rudy was just trying to hold him. He was just trying to break up. He was just trying to protect this guy, and he didn't choke Klay Thompson like Draymond Green did. So chokes are not allowed. And I don't want to hear about it on a Draymond Green podcast. I don't think it
you know what? His side of the story? His side of the forearm?
That was a bicep. He had his bicep under the Adam's apple. Poor Rudy.
People were joking when it went down that Draymond, when he gets on his podcast, will be saying that Rudy's chin was holding his arm.
My God.
He was trying to release it. He was trying to let go of his arm. But Rudy was holding it there, pinning it with his strong French chin. 5 games. We were debating, what's this guy get? 2, 3, maybe up to 5. 5 in the end. TK, what do you think?
I did see that Rudy Gobert was basically like breaking down the play-by-play of the choke. He's like, he's trying to choke me, but not strong enough, so ineffective choke. Very funny. This actually seems pretty much right to me. 5 games, one of the longer suspensions for fighting in the NBA that doesn't involve throwing punches or going into the crowd or anything that's kind of next level, I would say. Yeah. When you compare it to like other players who have been suspended, it's on the longer side for a skirmish like this. So, 5 games. I see our poll here that we got going. 51% think it's too short of a suspension. I'm with the 43% that thinks it's just right, however.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, surprisingly, I guess, because it's Draymond Green. Longest suspension of Green's career. Mm-hmm. First time being penalized multiple games, which obviously then makes it the most expensive penalty. According to Spotrac, Green has been ejected from 19 games, and at the end of this 5-game suspension will have been suspended for 9 total. Feels like way more.
Yeah.
Maybe because you start thinking the ejections and you sort of start leaking into suspensions, but it's only 9 games suspended after these 5. Career total for fines, $2.2 million. That's what Draymond's cost himself. Hopefully he's making it back in podcast ad revenue. If he is, he's doing better than us. But
does he do ad reads?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He should definitely have a Athletic Greens sponsorship.
Oh, what a tie-in.
Draymond's Athletic Greens.
He needs a better help some sponsorship.
This one was like what? He's $750,000 he's losing out on or something like that.
Ballpark. So who steps up here in Draymond's absence? Because you look at their schedule, they play OKC twice. They play the Rockets, who are obviously one of the scrappier teams in the league. They play the Suns. Well, they have the big 3. They play the Spurs. It's not easy. Who's got to step up here? Who gets the start? Does Sarge go in there? What do you think?
Yeah, the big question is, how does Jonathan Kuminga adapt to this? Because he was great in the preseason, but it's going to be Kojemski. It's going to be the man who's just going to be great off the bench, who has been great off the bench, but he won't get the start by any means. I think they're good. The Sarge will be the guy who starts, and then they'll see how Jonathan Kuminga plays. Mm-hmm. But they get smaller now. This 5 games does hurt this team.
Especially without Steph.
Yeah, absolutely, and deservedly so. So they're going to be a tiny team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I guess that's considering who they're playing. Like, they're not playing big teams. OKC plays a very skinny center, Chet Holmgren, as their one big. They play them twice. Houston, Şengün is going to be a tough matchup for them, but I think, Looney can probably handle Şengün well enough. Phoenix, that's a small team. And then the Spurs have Wembanyama, but Spurs have been getting blown out a lot the past couple of weeks here, so I think they can survive this stretch with Draymond missing. I assume it'll be Saric who starts, but it's time for Kuminga to look as good as he did in the preseason, and it's time for Wiggins to start playing basketball.
Yeah,
That's the big thing here. If he is able to step forward and give them something on either end of the ball, literally either end of the ball, play defense and rebound or try and score, it would be very helpful for Golden State.
Oh, so do you think if that happens, either Wiggins starts to find his game or Kuminga, gets out of this shooting funk? He's shooting 30% over the last 4 games. Do you think Draymond will try and take credit for being suspended, obviously leaving the team and getting those guys going? Like, he's playing chess. He's going to sell us on, right?
Yeah, if you're a podcaster and something that you have any sort of connection to actually comes through, you got to talk about it.
He's got to take credit, yeah.
Is he doing TNT hits? Because he could.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Got time?
I figured I wasn't around. I thought you guys maybe seen a Draymond Green on TNT because he would be there for a game where somebody else plays.
Yeah.
And he'd say, "Oh yeah, exactly. This is awesome. It's so good to sit out."
Is that legal, I wonder? I guess it probably would be. Like, he's suspended from the team, but could he go and sit with the inside the NBA guys? I don't know. I guess so.
I mean, they do a lot.
They do it in the playoffs, like when their teams are eliminated.
Yeah, I don't know.
My guess is that if you're
Mike
suspended,
Vorkunov,
they
what do
don't
you do?
want you on a league broadcast, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Shaq would love to chat with them about what happened with Rudy Gobert.
Oh yeah, they would.